Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, and for this video we are once again taking a look at a Marvel Legends series, this time from the Build-A-Figure Marvel's Tri-Sentinel series, uh, based on the House of X, Powers of X, Powers of 10 storyline from the X-Men part of the Marvel Universe. This is the X-Men Magneto. Looking at the packaging, once again, it features that Krakoan language, Krakoan alphabet, spelling Magneto, Magneto. Magneto. If you are not familiar with the comic books, this might be a jarring thing for you. If you see this on the shelves, it looks like a different language, just different numerical symbols, alphanumerical symbols for English letters. Okay. Features that nice product window. The Marvel Legends line, are, unlike the Transformers line, which I also collect, still have not skimped on plastics. I do hope they do. I mean, it's a nice initiative to think about the environment, and sometimes just packaging for toys like this just contributes a lot to plastic waste. Okay. On the side is a nice illustration of Magneto from the House of X. See? Very pretty nice. One thing I like about this is that it features almost the same uniform that Cyclops Magneto here has worn during his run with Cyclops' team during the time when they were branded as, well, he has always been branded as a mutant terrorist, but during the time that Cyclops was branded as a mutant terrorist leader and Magneto was sort of following him. At the back is that same illustration and a short bio. Let's read it. Magneto forges an unlikely partnership with Xavier in pursuit of a lofty common goal, the protection of all mutants, which is, at the end of everything, the X-Men is, aside from protecting humanity from threats and whatnot, it's all about actually the protection of their kind, a mutant kind. So yeah, I guess it's just how they go about it, that they have their head clashes or fights with each other. Also shown at the back is the Build-A-Figure, which is the Tri-Sentinel, which I am quite sure this is not the Tri-Sentinel. This is a different kind of Sentinel, but this is the one that they're calling the Tri-Sentinel. So, and a checklist of the other figures that you will need to build that figure. So enough about the packaging. Let's open it up and take a look closer at the figure. Okay, so now have him outside of his box, and it is a pretty striking figure. He is using actually the body template Marvel Legends has been using, which I prefer. Mainly because I prefer this because it has a wider foot base, making him stand a bit more easier than, let's say, the Cyclops one, which features that tiny feet. Alright, so figure looks imposing. Figure looks very Magneto-like. And like I said, I like this figure, even though it is actually from the House of X one. I do not believe that they released a white Magneto figure before, or if they did, I missed it. I'm really not that into following the Marvel Legends line. I'm only actually collecting X-Men, Marvel Legends line X-Men. Even before, during the Toy Biz era of the Marvel Legends, I was only collecting the X-Men. and I was particularly enthused that they released this version of Magneto, even if this is the House of X version. Kind of looks like the Magneto version, the uniform that Magneto wore during that Uncanny X-Men run with Chris Bachalo, the black and red Cyclops with the X visor. Kind of looks like that. All white. The all white Magneto looks badass. Okay, I prefer actually this look than his black one or his black and red one. I much prefer that he was wearing this one. Yeah, what one thing that was different is he was wearing a sleeveless uniform. Then same accoutrements, same, but except he had bare arms to show off Magneto's guns. Yeah. The figure, this is around the same body as maybe a Sunfire. Is it a Spider-Man? I'm not really sure what body type this is, but this is the body template that I actually prefer. He has a removable cape. The cape, which is actually just pegged on his back. You could just unpeg it and you could just remove it. And now you can see that he is wearing, that he is sporting that body template. He comes with two alternate sets of hands, which is quite nice. He has those power hands. No power effects though. They did not put. They did not include any power effects in this one. But if you have the Magnetos of old, either from the Family Ties 3-pack or the old releases of Magneto, I'm sure you're covered with power effects for our boy Magnus here. So he has the power gesture arms, and these are pretty well nicely sculpted, and you can see the sculpt details because it's just molded in white plastic. So there's that. He also comes with closed fists. Okay, so if he's going to box with somebody, yeah, you could use this set of alternate hands. And he also comes with grabby hands, so he can hold stuff. Alright. You could consider also this a nice rubbery. Is this made out of rubber or rubbery plastic? I'm really not sure. So a new cape for Magneto. If you have several other of the Magnetos, you could mix and match his cape. So you could have him with a white body and a black cape, or with a magenta body and a white cape, or magenta body with a black cape. Now you have options. So fashion for Magneto. He also comes with the Tri-Sentinels 3 heads, and the sculpt on this are very nice. Yeah, very Evangelion looking. Well, the shape, not really the aesthetic of the face, but since it's also purple, you kind of go there. your thought process kind of goes there. So yeah, and since it is a Tri-Sentinel, it has 3 heads, all very nicely sculpted. I hope I don't lose this. So the body is your typical Marvel Legends body. Like I said, this is the same as the Sunfire one. What else? Other figures that use this body type. But I'm pretty sure this is the same as the Sunfire one. So it has nice. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry. It does not feature any butterfly joints. That's kind of weird, but still, the cavity here would suggest that it has one, but it does not. Let's get Sunfire for a bit, okay? So here is the Sunfire figure. Okay, there's a bit of a difference with this one. The main body is different. Yeah, the main body is different. So kinda, yeah, kinda looks like the same. I was just thinking because they share the same feet. Okay. So, does not feature a butterfly joint, so it does not have that inward and outward motion for his shoulders. Shoulder allows him to raise his hand sideways, not much. Also down, full range of motion there. You could rotate that. Head is on a hinge and a ball jointed hinge. Okay, so it can look down, look forward, and raise his head up. And since it is on a ball joint, there is a bit of a sideways motion going on for gestures. Helmet is the fix. There is no alternate head. Helmet is painted a flat silvery kind of gray with white trimmings, and the trimmings on the paint applications on my white trimmings is a bit messy. You can see no sharp lines, kind of a spillover. There is parts that are not painted, but it's okay. It's a toy. Okay. I know there are a lot of other collectors that are anal about the paint applications on their toys. Me, on the other hand, just as long as it's not that bad, I'm okay with it. Body is molded in white plastic and features a piping, a black piping. No pipings on the hand. I'm not sure if that's actually the design on the. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, it looks like there's no piping on the hand. They did not bother to sculpt the ribbings on the costume since they just used the template, the body template that they usually use for Marvel Legends. So there's no ribbings here, or they could have painted it, but no, there's no. It's just molded in plain white plastic. Has an ab crunch, allows him to bend forward. This is a much nicer back arch than Cyclops's. Has a waist rotation, so you could have him face backward, which is kind of weird. Nice. Is it the same now? This is a differently sculpted belt of pouches for him. I thought it was similar or the same as Cyclops's, but no, this is a different sculpted belt just for Magneto. I'm sure they're gonna use it for someone else. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that Cyclops's belt pouches are more densely packed and more together, and Magneto's are made out of smaller pouches and more spread around his belt. Actually, it's kind of quite sparse at the backside. Cyclops is missing one pouch. There, somebody stole one of his pouches. Magneto has several pouches missing, but I guess Magneto does not need that much of a storage space for whatever he is carrying. So Magneto has that sneering face. Can you see that? Yeah. He kinda looks disgusted or something at whatever. Maybe he's disgusted that he does not have more pouches than Cyclops. So yeah. For his hips, that's the amount of split Magneto can do. I guess he's kinda old, so he cannot really do the full splits. He could raise his feet that much. Has thigh swivels, double jointed knees. There is a swivel at the boot cut, Can point his foot down, also point it up, and he has ankle tilts. Very nice. For his shoulder articulation, you could raise, like I said, you could raise his hands there. He has bicep swivels, double jointed elbows, and wrist swivels, and instead of inward outward for his hands, the grabby hands, you could actually raise it up and raise it down, like so. Also, the other hands have that inward and outward thing going on there. To change his hand, you just have to pop those and then just change it, and there you have him. Now, there you have him doing his traditional Magneto pose of I'm gonna control irons in your blood. Pretty nice figure. Like I said, the all white Magneto, I've always liked that aesthetic. It's a figure. It's a badass looking visual for the character. I like that way. If you are looking for a House of X Power of 10 representation of the character, I highly suggest that you get this figure. Thank you guys for watching. That's the video for today. Please do leave a like, share this to your friends. If you have comments, questions, and suggestions, please do type them down below. And if you are so inclined, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all who have subscribed, all 287 of you. Thank you guys. So, and if you do subscribe, please do click on that notification bell so that you know when I'll be uploading other stuff. Okay, I do a lot of toy content, but I sometimes do also art, since I kind of draw, and I also do comic book content, mostly local Filipino. If you are interested in that, I have several videos talking about local Filipino comics. So thank you guys, and see you at the next video.